Hi, I'm Beatrice Go and welcome to Rappler Talk. Today we are joined by Filipino pole vaulter EJ Obiena, who is fresh from winning his Asian Games gold medal in Hangzhou, China. He is here in Manila before he concentrates on his Paris 2024 Olympic campaign. So EJ, hello and thank you for joining us. How's it been? It's been a week in Manila.
Oh, well, it's been very hectic, but very, very good to be home.
Yeah, so what have you done here?
Commitments from here and there, visiting places where I grew up with, and kind of reminisce a little bit of how where I was raised.
Yeah, and you won your Asian Games gold medal at the end of your season. How does it feel?
Oh, finally, I have some break. A little bit of freedom. Thinking about thinking about something else other than pole vaulting.
Yeah, but I mean, like when we go back to the Asian Games, I'm sure there was just a lot of pressure also, and you always kept saying that pressure is privilege. Can you expound more about that?
Well, I was expected to be the winner. I was a heavy favorite, but being in a country, it's not Philippines, and I was competing against with the Chinese guys, and yeah, the pressure is pretty big, and you never know. And to be honest, I think I was running on fumes there. It's been a long season, and all of that kind of piled up, but the biggest thing is probably the media kind of saying that it's an automatic gold, and if everything's okay, it's going to be gold, like all of these things. It's sport, nothing's certain until it's done. So yeah, pressure is pretty big, but I kind of learned how to love it. So I keep saying pressure is privilege, and that is a saying that I live by.
Yeah, and now, you came back to Manila, and I think that you were very surprised to receive a lot of support and incentives. So what can you say that there's so many people now behind your back?
It's night and day difference, in less than a year. It's been amazing, to be honest. I didn't expect all of these things to come, and I'm still wrapping my head around it and still trying to understand what am I going to do with it. And but it's a lot of positivity.
Yeah, and how important is this for your Paris 2024 campaign?
For the first time in a long time, I can plan and I can choose what I need to do and actually focus on the things that I would need and acquire pretty much, the things that I would need to take my game to the next level, pretty much. So yeah, the key thing is planning. Able to plan ahead and reserve the things that need to be reserved, and buy the things that needs to be bought, and get another set of poles to make sure that if something happens to the set I use, I have a backup.
Yeah, can you give us like a context on how an Olympian should be preparing for the Olympics and as a pole vaulter?
As a pole vaulter, I mean, for me, it's pretty much the same. I don't really know how to have a different perspective of it because I've been preparing in a way my coaches trained me. So it's definitely, you need to dive deep into it. You'll be training 8 hours a day. It wouldn't be those easy trainings. It's gonna be hard, but yeah, it's a constant work and a lot of scheduling, precise planning, and you're gonna know what the whole week's gonna be, and a lot of lactic acid for sure as well, and gym work and gymnastics and all of these things that makes a good pole vaulter.
Yeah, so it's more of consistency heading into the Olympics.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, so what keeps you consistent?
I think my goal. I'm still very hungry. I like what I do, and I'm able to still, compete, and probably still, I'm not on the younger side, but I'm not on the older side of the event. So I'm still physically able to, my mind tells my body what to do, and it still goes. So probably that, and I think my mental game has improved a lot. So I would say those things.
Yeah, and just a little backtrack to last year, because I think that this helped pave the way for more support. I think you made a post on your situation with finances and even your staff. Can you talk about your experience on it?
It's a bit night and day. Last year, pretty much I was facing, the governing body of Philippine athletics, pretty much. And it was tough. Don't get me wrong, and definitely I think made a lot of things much more clear for me and the things that I want to do. But now it's in the past, and I can finally say, I'm able to focus. That's why I think what I've achieved this year is not really what I could. A year of preparation doesn't really show just yet, and I think I have more in me. This is the first year I'm able to train, pretty much peacefully and worrying only about my pole vaulting.
Yeah, what do you think changed though?
There's a lot of things that change. I think one, I have a federation now that's at least the president is very supportive of me and very understanding of what is required for being a world-class athlete. Mr. Capistrano has been very keen on that, and he's been an integral part of these change. And I'm in a better position, not worrying about other things, thinking about the sport and some of the recommendations that I had during that issues, like not letting me be the paymaster, and make sure that everything goes through to them directly and the paperworks are now handled by someone else and all of these things. And I learned as well, so I have a team right now that works with me to liquidate all these things, and knowing that I can't do it, understanding as well how the government wants it done, how these liquidations are. I have a team now that surrounds me, that that enables me to do just pole vault and focus on the craft that's, I would say, very important for me and for the country.
Okay, and we're talking about pole vaulting this time. So you had a very, very successful season. I'm sure you were very excited, elated also about your about what you have achieved this year. So what were the key factors to it?
Yes, first thing is I am able to train and think about pole vault. Last year, I was thinking about a lot of different things, and I was considering a lot of different ways and paths, and that uncertainty definitely would weigh heavy on any athlete. And just being able to do what I need to do is a big difference. It's night and day. And what can I say? I think I'm also, a little bit more experienced. I've grown as an athlete, another 365 years of experience, and I've learned how to be better pole vaulter and learn a little bit more, a little bit faster, a little bit stronger. So overall, it's just a big improvement.
Yeah, so you did say that you are a more experienced athlete now. So what do you need to take yourself to the next level? Like maybe according to your coaches?
We still have a lot of technical errors. When it comes to the pole vaulting side of things, it's far from perfect. There's still a lot of things to work on. From other things, I think there's some stuff that I need to work out with certain, agencies. But I think everything is supposed to be going for the better. So those little things would add up, and I think it would change how Paris is going to be.
Yeah, and you have 4 upcoming training camps soon, maybe within the next 6 months, or?
I would say 9 months actually, yeah.
Yeah, 8 and 9 months. Like, what do you hope to achieve?
We have different goals in each training camps, and there's specific things that we want to achieve and use in those training camps that I guess I cannot really divulge the whole sense of it. But let's just put it this way, we're able now to get the best, maybe not the best, but definitely better than what I used to work with. So we're trying to maximize the time that we have by going to the places where it's optimal to train at certain periods of time.
Yeah, and are you bringing the same coaching staff, or are there new players who are joining you also to help, elevate your game?
Right now, the team is pretty much the same. We're evaluating a few people that I used to work with. As I said, I'm trying to be the best, and there's certain standards of work that I unfortunately need to demand of my people. And those things definitely would matter come the day. So we're evaluating each and every one, but the core team, Vitaly's gonna be there, Antonio's gonna be there, my psychologist's gonna be there. So it's a big, it's a big focus on certain things.
Yeah, and this year I'm sure you've been in the game for so long as well. And are there any up and coming pole vaulters that the fans should watch out for, because this is going to be an intense competition in Paris 2024?
I mean, you should look at the podium. It's the same podium as the last year's World, except for Curtis. I think Curtis had a really good season, and yeah, I mean, he's really good technique, up and coming. There's a lot. I mean, pole vault is such a moving game, and you never know. But if you look at the world ranking, you're always going to see who's upcoming. I can't really know because I don't really know who Philippines follow.
Okay, but then, okay, what about the local scene? Since even in your stay here in Manila, you've been doing a lot of advocacy work. Can you talk more about it?
Yeah, so we're doing an auction for certain memorabilia that I have, and hopefully those would be able to raise landing areas, landing pits, the whole set, the pit, the standards, and the bar. So we're looking to put that in certain track ovals all over the Philippines that would be able to have access, kids have access to it and be able to train. Because, yeah, I mean, it would be sad, right? Right now we're the best in Asia, and I would want to keep it that way.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, and now that you've garnered a lot of fans all over the years, like how has your interactions with your fans been?
Oh, it's been amazing. I mean, people are very kind and very nice to me, and really appreciate it. And yeah, that's one of the things that I think made home a little bit sweeter this time. Yeah, but at the same time, the responsibility that comes with it, I try to work my way to be that.
And speaking of responsibilities, last question is, having another chance to compete in the Olympics, how are you gonna make the most out of this chance?
By not, how do you say, by turning all the stones and make sure that, make sure there's no stone unturned. Do everything that I can, focus at it. As I said, there's 10 months left. Might as well give my all. It's the last stretch.
Last stretch. All right. So thank you, EJ, for joining us. Best of luck. And that is it for Rappler Talk. Again, this is Beatrice Go, Rappler.